Soon. Not the safest positioning for the Frenchman here. They'll get raised up though. That will be indeed. Right in front of the waiting eyes of the Valiant. But the Valiant had no choice but to back away because Libero had zoned them away from that sight line.
And that's where you miss the Tracer play of Soon, right? Because if you get that pick, the Tracer kind of darts in there, then you maybe have a dive going with that Mercy, yeah, and you don't get a rest.
Saviorby attempts to go deep, but Unco actually found him with a headshot. And this should allow the Valiant to move up now. It's a 6v4, and the entirety of the NYXL are inside that small room across the way. Libero tries to peek up and at least get some sort of periscopic view of the situation, but Ark's been taken down. Now the Valiant have got them in their clutches, and they're not letting go.
This will be the Valiant taking point A. After they switched off of the Tracer, they're able to make that work.
Stalling out, Fate being challenged down at close range, but he has the primal range to knock away. Libero and Ark on the top side, keep an eye on them in the corner of your screen. Menko now just trying to stall out the point, but if he can't see, they hit him. Now the Transcendence in, gonna keep the Mini Diva alive a little bit longer, but Soon knows better. He can get killed through Transcendence, and he does. Mini Diva's down. Soon now sitting back, infrasight enabled. He knows Jonak sitting behind the ice wall that Mano put up, but his head is removed as well. Ark on the high ground, Soon on a running riot. And Saviorby surely going to struggle here. The Orb of Discord was applied. He was removed very quickly. Libero tries the Dragon Blade. Nothing's working right now for the NYXL. The stall, though, is they're managing to hold on for the time being. But that'll be it. The LA Valiant come out. I'll tell you what.
They slaughtered him.
The crowd is the bark. The Valiant are the bite. They've got everything. So perhaps they just weren't quite in sync at that point in time, but this might cost them now. Unco's taken out by Menko. Pulse Bomb delivered. Or not quite for Saviorby. They didn't quite find the mark, but he'll try and follow up on Envy and get the extra damage there. But hacked health pack, he picks it up. Unco's already almost back to another EMP, but he might not get here in time. Mano and Menko sounding the same. And they're really dominating now on those tag push into that lower room.
Well, that's where the Valiant want to play, in that lower room, right? So they want to play in the lower room. If they get position where they're forcing them back into the lower room, what can happen here is Libero, almost like handling it in a way like sorts of NYXL. In the back, as see here from Libero's POV, gets him weak, but you can run that solo support with that Summer. It's just very hard when you're running that Lucio. You can't really switch off of it now because you have the sound barrier plus blade to use.
Yeah, and it might have to be both of them at once here. Agilities might need a little bit of extra support to try to go in with this one, but Envy got de-suited. Here's the sound barrier and the blade. Libero cut out of the sky. That's a way to clip the wings. But now Agilities needs to take a break here. Realizes Transcendence has been used and going to the ground will be dangerous, but he finds Jonak there, getting involved. However, Menko and Mano, once again, the terrible two are doing their work over on the point itself, and Agilities and Soon have to back off it. That was a self-destruct to zone out. The Valiant.
And Verbo had used his Valkyrie a little bit earlier. You're going to have Transcendence and Valkyrie here for NYXL. They're going to use both at the same exact time.
Time's running out. 23 seconds left in the round. Agilities once again has a Dragon Blade. The question is, will he be backed up? Will he be set up for success? No, he will not! Menko shut him down with the micro rockets, but Soon had found two off screen. Mano and Jonak are down. Big self-destruct to clean up Uncovered Soon with 3 for the fight thus far. That may have just cleaned this one up here for the Los Angeles Valiant. It's just Ark and Saviorby left, and Ark's been taken down by Agilities, who finally gets to grips with his foe. Soon will forge ahead. Check to see if there's any cheeky attempts at a stall or retake. It won't be the case, and the Valiant keep themselves afloat for now.
It looks like Saviorby is still kind of hanging out.
Can't see Soon on the screen right now, but he's literally standing directly above.
Envy backed up and looked. I don't know if they exactly saw him though.
Oh, this is good timing. A D-suit on Menko would be fantastic here, and the Valiant get it. Fake dropping onto the point. Couple seconds left in Primal Rage. And try and get Libero out towards the side. He couldn't pursue Libero, got around the corner, and he can't jump around corners. However, Fate sets up on the point, throws down the barrier, but no, the Transcendence coming in. The New York Excelsior now just lean into this support ultimate and set up. Overtime is done, and the Valley will have to settle for just the one extra checkpoint.
You need to make good use of this EMP. It may end up saving you.
The Valiant have got to claw this one back, but Fate has already dropped a Saviorby. Once again, Fate trying to be aggressive on the defense has given his life over. He's the man making a lot of the calls. He wanted to go in, but no! Oh my lord, the Valiant just step off the point. NYXL trot on up, set up a bit of a...
Prepare for it. Double off tank here for NYXL. Combo that with Libero playing Pharah up in the sky. They'll have Agilities play, well, he was playing Pharah. Is that now he's dead?
Yeah. He's gone with the wind, and the rest of the Valiant have decided to back up there. Soon seems to want to go for Jonak, and I don't think there's any way the Zen could save himself. Saviorby knew it as well. Saw the Pulse Bomb dropped in. Now it's his time to try and even the score. Get it back.
It's going to get rezzed up, though. Yeah, that kill on a Jonak gets rezzed up there. So Ark using Valkyrie just brings Jonak back into the fight. This is probably the hardest part of the match for Libero to make a difference, right? When the fight comes down here onto the point.
Yeah, that's so dangerous, especially when there's a Soldier 76 at large. Mano's down too soon. Transcendence used him to the point, the Pulse Bomb dropped on Meko here, so what I find interesting, Matt, is that they layered Sound Barrier and Transcendence in that fight. The Valiant were already at a two-man advantage, and then they used both of their support ults simultaneously. And while this is nice from Agilities, the fight was already won by the Valiant. Not
the Valiant getting close to taking this point back, though, as Meko goes in for a touch. You have both supports for NYXL in the mix. You see Jonak's going to use his Transcendence here.
Now he got his twice as fast as Unco. That says a lot about how Jonak's been able to have an impact on these fights in terms of damage and healing. And with the first 3 picks already coming up in favor of the NYXL, that's it for the Valiant. They're going to get bundled out at this point unceremoniously here, thrown off the mountain. And that's it for overtime. NYXL are going to take the first round here in Nepal.
You saw good discipline from NYXL. Far on the other side now, right?
Agilities! Oh, he's over!
And now they'll definitely know.
Agilities
is on the side.
Yeah, he's either going to get Mondada's gold or a big old double-double, Matt. I don't know what's at the bottom yet. Maybe we'll find out. Verbo gets blown up. Orb of Discord makes it so easy for Meko to put him onto Parvy. This is so filthy. And now the NYXL are going to pressure forward. Envy had fallen prior. Meko just going to hold the door. No ripties, Libero. Just got about almost as much percentage as Agilities did and 1 bit of damage. So now the Valiant challenged the point here. Envy knocked up into the air. Fate got blown up by a concussive might. Soon trying to even the ledger. He found Sabiobi, but it's going to take a lot more. A res here. Unco brought back up instead of one of the tanks here, so not as much value as could have been gained. Then Agilities just trying to find some kills here. Concussive mind goes in on the Jonah, but now we're in overtime. And the whole hog is going to be forcing everyone away. Soon can't stick around on the point. It's too fragile for that one. And Jonah busts him right up. Verbo hooked in. And that's going to be it. The NYXL just demolish LA. Nepal, slower from the Valiant. Slow push in. They're going to try and make the approach. Meko cut very low and Fate uses the Primal Rage inside the cafe. It's going to be very hard to stay alive. Meko mini D to form. He was waiting for the self-destruct, but he couldn't get back into his mech. He didn't have time. Arc brings Jonark back. Janus tries to abscond from the fight briefly and just get a position where he can secure a 1v1 during this Primal Rage or force Agilities out. He does that, but Agilities head straight back over the top and he is followed. Janus is there. You see the Envy, Unco, and Verbo trying to stick together. Envy flicks back with the defense matrix, keeping his backline safe. Unco might be in jeopardy. No! Verbo walks straight into the pulse bomb. He takes one for the team, but it might cost them ultimately with Unco now falling to Janus and Fate down. This was supposed to be the fight that the Valiant were going to win, but Sabiobi and Janus have derailed any chances of that happening.
And they had both tanks on the point there, the Valiant. They were making some good percentage, and they were just trying to have the other players stay alive, but Sabiobi and Janus just too strong. Soon still behind enemy lines here as he is battling Sabiobi. They got to get a touch here on the point.
Agilities dashes on, but realizes he has to step back immediately. Onto the point goes Fate, and Libero hovers over the top. It's a barrage to end the round. Envy didn't know what hit him. It came from above, and he was out, lights out, before it even registered. Now Sabiobi forced into a recall on the point. Jonark, 3 kills from the Zenyatta. Finally goes down to Soon. But if there's one man who was going to stand tall and stop the Valiant in their tracks, it turned out to be Jonark. No surprises there. And there you go, Sabiobi sat next to Janus, Matt.
Yeah, so you sit next to that main tank, right? Because the Pharah pick from Libero allows them to gain some space and get through that first choke, pretty easily. It's kind of scary, right? A lot like Volskaya, where they were playing on that mega health pack, the Valiant, and the Pharah gave them a lot of trouble. It's the same type of thing here, right? You can kind of almost imagine this cafe in the same way, and just raining down rockets.
Pharah, so good, Matt, at punishing the cafe. Verbo once again gets one of the ice cold reses. He's starting to pump out, and Agilities is back, but he can't do much about the Pharah, if I'm honest with you. Libero's going to hover a little closer to the ground, and Janus here as well going to create some mayhem up inside the cafe. Fate has fallen. Envy now to drop in just a moment, and okay, he's got 5 different targets to try and fire at. Agility steps forward a little bit too far. These rockets could be quite punishing. Libero still playing disciplined Overwatch, by the way. You can see that. They're well ahead. Libero there, just throw a couple rockets in there. I'm getting low on HP. I'm going to drop down a little bit more. New York
here to land a pulse bomb.
Yeah, it means that he can also flank without like anything unexpected, you know what I mean? Like he won't get caught halfway through. Oh, okay then. Envy, Soon, and Fate inside the corridor managed to deal 3 kills and a D-Suit on towards Meko. That should pretty much give this one to the Valiant here. Get them across the line, and Agilities will ensure that punctuating their point with a swift strike through Sabiobi.
Really fast attack here. So that's going to force members of the Valiant back as Mono gets pretty weak. He's able to make it all the way back to his supports. Arc able to farm up a little bit more towards that Valkyrie as well, healing up that Primal Rage Winston.
Again, another composition change here for the NYXL. They go from Widowmaker to Genji Dive. Now they switch to McCree, anti-dive. Libero sitting back here, who was probably hoping someone chased Mano there as his Primal Rage expired. He was waiting for them. 20 seconds remain in the round. Jonak will have a Transcendence for this fight, as will Unco. This is about to get heavy.
Yeah, and Soon is going to go to Widowmaker here because you're really putting an emphasis on getting these picks towards the later end of the game, getting that player advantage.
Saviobi opts not to flank deeply this time. He knows he needs to play a little bit more conservatively, but he wants to put his pulse bomb to good use. He spots Verbo, he sticks the Mercy! There's no way he's going to survive that one! One support ultimate has been taken off the board, and Unco knows he has to use his immediately now, and he pressures forward. But no one on the NYXL is taking damage right now, no one at all! Saviobi shuts down Soon. He found 2 kills in this fight already, and Agility's valiantly living up to the name, trying to make something happen, but the Dragon Blade fizzles. It's all for naught. Now to self-destruct up here for Envy. Libero just going to step back and avoid most of the blast radius. Soon is brought back late in the fight. That's because Verbo's rejoined with that Valkyrie in tow. Fate flash and down. And the Valiant herded off the payload. And the coordination has to be there. Otherwise, don't play defensive dive.
And this is where you miss that. You see, he gets Unco extremely weak and then backs out. Soon is there as well, but
guess what he's got?
Agilities will switch over to 76 here, and this is where you miss, kind of having that Genji 76 Widowmaker player, right? Because now if they wanted to run, now if they want to run Widow, Soon switches to Widow. So now they don't have that Tracer to put pressure on the back. He can play all those heroes that we had mentioned before, the 76 Widow. Savio will be just lurking behind Unco here. Gets him really weak, but that just causes so much chaos here, as it's going to be Verbo using that Valkyrie, but not enough to keep Unco alive.
Right, so here's that dive again from the Valiant, but their backline gets infiltrated at the start of it, so of course it's not going to work out. They lack their healing. Jonak being brought back by Arc, also a boon for NYXL, and that's putting it lightly. Agilities will get chased down. He'd used his reflect recall, and Savio will be sitting behind Unco like, here we have the Wild Omnic in his natural habitat, and then goes and tries and kills him. Like, he has time to do this. And Valiant had to push now, Matt. Last fight, they're setting up for it. It all ends here.
And Arc's got Valkyrie. Libero makes a change over to McCree, so you see just the adjustment so good here. There'll be a pulse bomb that doesn't connect, but still now Unco's just gonna
oh, there it is.
Oh no! Nobody gets on the cart there for the Valiant.